should totally run some of his missions. One of his, anyway. He's another fun guy. But tearing holes in reality is fun. This right here is also super cool. When Tokyo first opened, none of these bags and stuff, these weren't out here. That happened after events in Tokyo continued, and I think that's pretty awesome. No, we are only not seeing other players because I have deliberately chosen to place my characters on the least busy server. TSW to begin with tends to at least attempt to split players up more than maybe some other games do, because so much of the game, so much of the solo content works better if you have a sense that you're alone. In the busier servers, you're still fairly likely to run into people, but I not only chose one of the least populated servers, the server I chose is one of 2 RP servers. Yep, Leviathan. When I told that to Janet, and you know, Janet's been playing this for forever. She's like, Leviathan. Is that a server? Because especially for RP, the people who do RP, they all go to the more popular one, obviously, because they want to RP with people. So yeah, choosing the secondary RP server means I very rarely run into other players, but I did that on purpose. I like the solo atmosphere when I run my missions. And something else to note about the secret world, you can server hop, dimension hop as much as you want. You can meet up with anybody in any instance as long as it's not full. So just because my character starts in this one, if I were to meet up with somebody, I could go to, any other one and meet up with them. If I group with them, I'll stay with that group. So that would be the other thing. Playing on a mostly silent server doesn't prevent me from going on to the more populated ones if I am in the mood to do so. It is also a badass name, Marley. Yes. Oh, you. We are not doing Bank Heist. That is one of those sabotage missions. I am not going to do a sabotage mission when I've been streaming for 15.5 hours. We did that earlier, Koba, in one of the raids.
Yes, that's right. I want you to put all of your clinky change in your right pants pocket. Then, at the stroke of midnight, I want you to count to 61. A number so esoterically significant, I am forced to mention it myself. And at 61, throw a half-full bottle of whiskey out the 6-story window. Why? Why? Why ask why? Because wooden kimonos are so unfashionable this time of year. Dig? Whoa, whoa there, Johnny Walker. Have a seat. Take a load off. Come on, rest those barking dogs. Don't be a dumb Dora. Be a sly Susie. Ugh, fine, be a sourpuss. Okay, this is the story, and the story goes... A crow
No, not
sat
really,
on the
Koba.
rotting
There's just a very
shoulder of
big
a
tentacled
pendulum
beast,
cadaver,
and some of us dressed in
swinging on
our
the gallows
schoolgirl
noose.
outfits to be amusing.
Oh, bother, said the pendulum cadaver. The crow gave his face sharp kisses. Mmm, said the crow. Ouch! Hey, oh, what are you doing? Said the pendulum cadaver. I'm just curing your unhappiness by changing your perspective, said the crow. All I want in return is sweet jelly. The only thing a broken neck can do is nod. So the crow ate all of the sweet jelly out of the swinging stiff skull windows. The wind blew, the pendulum cadaver swayed, and eventually Rigor Mortis turned his frown upside down. Oh, that a boy, said the crow. Just remember, where you hang your head is home. Get it? No, I don't get it either. That's horrible. Point is, I perch on a lot of shoulders, and I need to earn my sweet jelly. But the Korinto-kai is spread thin, and this town is lousy with demons and hungry ghosts. I can't protect everyone who pays me to. I'm losing customers to the swordbusters. Enter you. Protect a few Johnnies and Janes on my list, keep the big bads from blowing them down, and I'll give you some prime jelly. Hey, you old dingle dangler. Remember when I saved your life? Calling in that marker. I want you to leave a snow globe on a particular park bench. Make sure to shake it good first. Yeah, serious as a midget at a nudist colony. I'll send you the coordinates.
He is an interesting one, even for somebody who, like I said, is not technically in the Dragon faction, but leans that way. The Dragon faction in this game operates through chaos. It depends. If you ask them, they are the faction who can, as an example, place a snow globe on a park bench. And if their models prove correct, then, everything will fall according to their plans. If you ask the rest of us, they're just kind of loony and like to pretend they know more than they do. Oh yes, dear. I'm sure that happened because you put your change in your right pants pocket. Sure. But, because it's a secret world, it could be either. And this guy here is darker than he appears. He's got a very amusing personality, but there's deeper waters there.
Johnny!
Yeah, Arlie, I like that too. Serious as a midget at a nudist colony.
Hey,
こんにちは。
Oh, he's plenty nutty mops. Um, oh, let me think which mission it is. I want to say it's the story mission. I should I should at least run the cutscene for that. I'm gonna run a cutscene quick for you to watch. I don't think it'll ruin the actual story. Only in this game. Oh my god, I have this cutscene that you really need to watch, cause it'll be awesome. Yeah.
I get you anything? Some giggle water? A gasper and a light? Yamato-san, konnichiwa. Oh, we have an audience. Fluky. That makes this next part awkward. See, I know you've been selling my secrets to the house in exile. Oh, Yamato, you dewdropper, you skin rogue. We used to drink out of the same cup. What did I say? Flirt with demons, and you are going to get inevitably fucked. Jeepers creepers, Yamato! You don't go to heels on the boss! Now something messy has to happen. Now I got to promote some other schmuck and make him wear your dripping face, just so I don't miss you so goddamn much. Or you and I have a meal. Fugu, pufferfish. Expensive, delicious. The cat's particulars. Deadly. Now, some of these pieces are properly prepared by a master chef. Some are not. Fugu roulette? You unlock your smartass phone, then we eat. If you die first, I get the phone and your naughty contacts. But if I get zotzed, then you take charge of the Korinto-kai. And if you're real good, Daddy'll come back from the dead to take you out for ice cream. The question, Yamato, take a chance at my entire criminal empire and ice cream, or artillery and noisy death. Ducky, I play fair. You can pick each bite. I'll even go first. Okay, unlock your phone and pick.
Well, he knew this guy was selling secrets, so he had time to set it up, partly.
Good. Not fair enough? I'll go again. Pick! Again! Yum, yum. Fair enough? Okay, your turn. Pick a piece. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Eat! What are you waiting for? This is fun! Hurry, eat! Hurry, 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 hurry! Hurry! Oh, no ice cream for you. Fade away. Now! Yamato, if you betray me again, you and your family will enjoy a feast with me. Dig? Oh, he digs. Do you subscribe to Chaos? Chaos, as you know, is not about eating fortune cookies and shitting wisdom. Chaos is fingering your own bullet hole because you know secrets are in there. Oh, because it's so funny. But going stag to pandemonium is no fun. So, how about it? You and me and the Molotov make 3 tonight, huh? Hey, I'm not asking you to go Barney mugging. Not trying to put a manacle on your ring finger. Don't be such a cancelled stamp. Let's take it slow. Just flirt with chaos. Go play around with pachinko. See where that takes you. What? I miss breakfast.
He that would start the other mission. One of the ones that I'm not going to do because you have to play it yourself. There is no other way. Um, there's various lore about. He's one of the characters that there's much discussion in the forums about whether or not he's actually human, or if he's something more, or something different, or just what exactly is going on with him. The mission we're actually running is one of the clues there when you see the gravestone that we're supposed to visit. Yes, mops exactly. Yes. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Except also with the little hints that he might have, yeah, see, it's getting so late. It's getting late in the stream, I can't talk. Might have powers that we wouldn't want to mess with. How about that? He does kill his people at times. I forget if we actually watch him do it or if we just see the aftermath. But no, it totally happens. Oh, I know, Mops, you can't, but even if I streamed it, yeah, no, 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 no. I'm not sure I would want to stream it, not just, I know I sound like I'm trying to build up the mission, but some of the real world kind of horrible stuff that it touches on, I don't think I could make an entertaining stream out of that. And I know I'm being vague. And Mops, if you want to message me maybe, um, message me, I don't care, message me on Twitch, on Twitter, whatever. Message me and I can tell you, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone else either. Yeah, I was about to say be ready. Yeah, that'll work. I was about to say be ready to watch me get thrown around a lot. I really don't have the reflexes to dodge these guys well right now. When Tokyo first opened up, some of the players weren't happy that it seemed so empty. And there is more in it now than when it started. They released Tokyo in pieces. So there are more missions now and all of that. But the fact that other than the mobs, it's mostly empty, to me adds beautifully to the creepiness level. Abandoned cities, I think, are much creepier than cities with people running all around them. It's not everybody's game, Koba. I think it's an amazing game. I've never, even single player games, I don't think I've ever played that had such talent with story and with atmosphere. But I can also definitely see that it wouldn't be everyone's game. Oh, well, also, to be fair, I like running with both of my. I love running with AR and shotgun, especially in an area that I'm not over leveled for. There are other weapons. There's magic, there's swords, well, it's fists. It's called fists, but it's effectively claws. Yes, that too, Mops. Horrors happening and no one even noticing. That is one of the scary things in Arachi Tower with some of those levels. That there's like horrible things happening in some of the rooms, but some of the other scientists are still just derping along and doing their jobs. And Kaidan, Tokyo here is the only place that's really decimated by the filth. There's reasons for that. In most of the other areas, there's still people there. In Kingsmouth, there's still regular people. They're just kind of in the midst of some really horrible stuff. Well, and one of the missions I ran earlier in Savage Coast, the Black House. The backstory and the lead up to that is that the town in their past accused a woman of witchcraft and burned down her house and wrote it off as like accidental death and all of this stuff. And it's very dark, and it's, it's very much something that happened. Yeah, not obviously in the same fictional town, but you know what I mean. It's something people do, unfortunately. And checking Extra Life Twitter again quick. Twitter is arguing between Lumi Blue and Templar Red. Excellent. Yes, Mops, there are swords. I was running one earlier. I can run one for a little bit here, and hopefully I don't die. It's not that swords are a worse weapon. It's that I am not as used to using them as some of the, well, obviously the shotgun and the rifle. The rifle I like specifically for the distance, and it's also a leeching weapon. I can attack and heal myself at the same time. And I kind of like that when I'm soloing. And I just realized I totally forgot to check that the name of the the Aegis auto select for darn it. It was at the excitement of everything crashing on me. Okay, sword. Blade rather. There are also much cooler blade skins. I have the bare minimum blade skin on this one because this isn't going to be my permanent blade. Griffy, yeah, exactly. Griff likes distance. Griff likes room to dodge. The blade is pretty cool in this one though, and I do like it. Partly I like it because it's really good for when you're getting swarmed by a lot of whoa, hi. That was a bad place to hang out and chat. So, I'm pretty sure we've got yeah. Actually, I'm positive there's one in game. Um, yes, as I was trying to say before I got swarmed, the sword is very nice for when enemies surround you. The problem with a lot of the shotgun attacks is that they're AoE, but they're in a cone in front of you. So, yeah, I was very nearly in trouble there, Arlie. Yeah, huh? Yeah. Oh, it's not your fault, Mops. Blade does also have single target attacks. I just rather like it for the AoE. There are also quite a few healing passives in the game, which is nice. You do have some options for self-healing, even if you choose a weapon that isn't, necessarily healing focused. There's a lot of that in this game where you can mix and match, and it works pretty well. Plus, it's good for me to die or come close to dying sometimes. I really like the fact that I'm getting into. I don't have top gear, but I'm. Oh, I'm sorry, Mops. I've got Moobot in there. Sorry, I don't mess with those guys. Yeah, I've got the caps up on Moobot there. And yes, they are great. They are super great. Yay, Pop-Tart! Although Mops, you've seen a little bit of the sword, I think with how half asleep I am gonna swap back to what I'm more used to, though. Yeah, I did try. You got to see it a little bit. Oh, you're very welcome, Ops. Yeah, when I'm more awake and and I'm not running quite so much risk of dying, I really do. I'm starting to really like Blade under the right circumstances. I do like the flamethrower. The rocket launcher's pretty cool too, though. I even like the quantum brace, and I know not everybody likes that. This area of town is so creepy, especially when you first get here. You've got no room to move, so if you run up on a bunch of things, you have problems. You can come up with, oh yeah, I use the brace the most for like world events for golems, because I get horrible, even with the new computer, I get horrible frame rate for world bosses. So I set myself with elemental, with AR, and with my quantum brace, and then I have a lot of different things that I can fire off from a distance in case I can't move. Also, for those who don't actually play, there's a lot more interesting rotations you can do than the one I'm playing right now. Again, I'm 16 hours into streaming and I'm tired, and it's very easy for me to just do builder consumer with assault rifle right now. There's a lot better there's a lot better decks you can make and a lot more interesting ones to play. I'm using my lazy one because I think I get to do that tonight at least. And incidentally, this is one of the other things I love about the Secret World. This is an action mission, so it's a main mission, but it's not a story mission, but it's still interesting. It's not just run and fetch whatever. I'm exploring the city while I do this. I've got a character here that I'm supposed to save. They keep them interesting, which is so nice. And for an escort mission, this one isn't too incredibly painful. You didn't run that far that time, buddy. Yeah, the safe house doesn't look so safe right now. I'm just looking back at him because I know he's going to bolt again. I don't actually have to prevent him from taking damage or anything like that. Oh, maybe he doesn't bolt. Oh yeah, he bolts. I know, dude, you're scared, but just stay with me, huh? Just stay with me. Hi, Fishy!
We know now that as human beings busy themselves about their various concerns,
That radio show you hear, that is part of last year's Halloween mission. So it's not normally in-game.
scrutinize the transient creatures, swarm and multiply in a drop of water. With infinite complacency, people went to and fro
I could probably take this guy out, but I really don't feel like it right now.
of their dominion over this small, spinning fragment of solar.
I know... Wait, he's orange, so he's a mission baddie, but I forget if... I don't think it's this mission. He looks fabulously creepy, though.
Yet across an immense ethereal gulf, minds that are to our minds, ours are to the beasts in the jungle, intellects vast, cool, and unsympathetic, regarded this earth with envious eyes, slowly and surely drew their plans against us. In the 39th year of the 20th century came the Great Disillusion. Crosby service estimated that 32 million people were listening in on radio. Change in temperature. A slight atmospheric disturbance of undetermined origin is reported over Nova Scotia, causing a low-pressure area to move down rather rapidly over the northeastern states, bringing a forecast of rain accompanied by winds of light gale force. Maximum temperature 66, minimum 48. This weather report comes to you from the Government Weather Bureau.
I just noticed that he wails away on the enemies. Good going, you. Good going.
Where you will be entertained by the music of Raymond Raquello and his orchestra.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From the Meridian Room in the Park
I like piss off the whole world because I'm not being very careful.
The touch of the Spanish, Raymond Raquello leads off with La Capacita.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News. At 20 minutes before 8 Central Time, Professor Farrell of the Mount Jennings Observatory, Chicago, Illinois, reports observing several explosions of incandescent gas occurring at regular intervals.
金魚ちゃん、少し食べ物をくれないか。
Confirms Farrell's observation. Describes the phenomenon as, quote, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun, unquote. We now return you to the music of Ramon Raquello, playing for you in the Meridian Room of the...
Oh, glad you stopped in, Koba. Good to see you, too. You have a good rest of your day, night, whatever time it is. I think it's nighttime. Yeah.
And now a tune that never loses favor. The ever-popular Stardust. Raymond Raquello and the...
The Government Meteorological Bureau has requested the large observatory
Yeah, Fortitude. I think somebody might have just stealth boarded by. I think that is exactly what just happened.
We have arranged an interview with the noted astronomer, Professor Pearson, who will give us his views on this event. In a few moments, we will take you to the Princeton Observatory at Princeton, New Jersey. We return you until then to the music of Ramon Raquello and his orchestra. We are ready now to take
That
you to
is
the
sure
Princeton
one.
Observatory
Oh,
at
wow.
Princeton, where
I
Carl
never noticed
Phillips, our
before. You can
commentator, will
actually see
interview
the
Professor
parchment.
Richard Pearson, famous
You can
astronomer.
actually see the
We take you now
parchment
to
stuck in
Princeton,
her.
New Jersey.
That is kind of awesome.
Good
I
evening,
gotta
ladies
run
and
back here
gentlemen.
when I've got my settings back
Carl
up,
Phillips speaking to you from the
because that is
observatory at
really
Princeton.
cool.
I'm standing in a large semicircular room, pitch black except for an oblong split in the ceiling. Through this opening, I can see a sprinkling of stars that cast a kind of frosty glow over the intricate mechanism of the huge telescope. The ticking sound you hear is the vibration of the clockwork. Professor Pearson stands directly above me on a small platform, peering through the giant lens. I'll ask you to be patient, ladies and gentlemen, during any delay that may arise during our interview. Besides the chief watch of the heavens, Professor Pearson may be interrupted by telephone or other communication. During this period, he is in constant touch with the astronomical centers of the world. Professor, may I begin our questions?
At any time, Mr. Phillips.
Professor, would you please tell our
Let's see if I
radio
can remember
audience
which
exactly
grade
what
this
you
is.
see as you observe the planet Mars through your telescope?
Nothing unusual at the moment, Mr. Phillips. A red disc swimming in a blue sea. Transverse stripes across the disc. Quite distinct now because Mars happens to be at the point nearest the Earth in opposition, as we call it.
In your opinion, what do these transverse stripes signify?
So you can seal these guys
Not
with the
canals,
parchment,
I
right?
can assure you, Mr. Phillips.
And that's
Although
again, it's getting into actual
conjecture
folklore and
those who
stuff. But you can
imagine
seal
Mars
them
to
with
be
parchment.
inhabited.
But every
From a
once in a
scientific
while, there'll
viewpoint,
be a
the stripes are
message that
merely the
says a
result
wind
of
blows through the
atmospheric conditions
graveyard,
of the
and
Earth's
then the
planet.
parchment falls
Then
out.
you're
And
quite convinced as a
it's not
scientist
so bad for me
that
now, but
most
when you first hit
intelligence
this
as we know it
area,
does
there's no
not
way you can
exist
kill
on
these
Mars.
things. You have to
Chances
bind them
against
if
it
you
are
want a
1,000 to 1.
chance at
And
surviving
yet,
at all.
How do you account for these gas eruptions occurring on the surface of the planet?
Yeah, a
at
strong
regular
gust of
intervals?
wind blows through the graveyard.
Phillips, I cannot account for it.
By the way, Professor, for the benefit of our listeners, how far is Mars from the Earth?
Approximately 40 million miles.
Well, that seems a safe enough distance. Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Someone has just handed Professor Pearson a message. While he reads it, let me remind you that we are speaking to you from the observatory in Princeton, New Jersey, where we are interviewing the world-famous astronomer.
Now I get to
Professor
remember
Pearson.
where everything is
One
to
moment,
take care of the
please.
grave.
Professor Pearson has passed me a message which he has just received. Professor, may I read the message to the listening audience?
Certainly, Mr. Phillips.
Ladies and gentlemen, I shall read you a wire addressed to Professor Pearson from Dr. Gray of the Natural History Museum, New York.
I tried.
9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Seismograph registers shock of almost earthquake intensity occurring within a radius of 20 miles of Princeton. Please investigate. Signed Lloyd Gray, Chief of Astronomical Division. Unquote. Professor Pearson, would this occurrence possibly have something to do with the disturbances observed on the planet Mars?
Hardly, Mr. Phillips. This is probably a meteorite of
Yay.
unusual size, and its arrival at this particular time is merely a coincidence. However, we shall conduct a search as soon as daylight permits.
Thank you, Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, for the past 10 minutes, we've been speaking to you from the observatory of Princeton, bringing you a special interview with Professor Pearson, a noted astronomer. This is Carl Phillips speaking. We are returning you now to our New York studio.
And I love it, because you can't just collect the bucket. Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the latest bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News. Toronto, Canada. Professor Morse of Macmillan University reports observing a total of 3 explosions on the planet Mars between the hours of 7:45 p.m. and 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This confirms earlier reports received from American observatories. Now, nearer home, comes a special bulletin from Trenton, New Jersey. It is reported that at 8:50 p.m. a flaming object, believed to be a meteorite, fell on a farm in the neighborhood of Grover's Mill, New Jersey, 22 miles from Trenton. The flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles, and the noise of the impact was heard as far north as Elizabeth. We have dispatched a special mobile unit to the scene, and we'll have our commentator, Carl Phillips, give you a word picture of the scene as soon as he can reach there from prison. In the meantime,
Now remember,
we
we're supposed to be cleaning up the gravestone of the originator, who, you know, lived a long, long, long ass time ago. Looks pretty familiar, doesn't he? For an 1898 to 1941 kind of guy. That would be one of the reasons we suspect there might be something to him more than being just a person.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carl Phillips again, out at the Wilmot Farm, Grover's Mill, New Jersey. Professor Pearson and myself made the 11 miles from Princeton in 10 minutes. Well, I hardly know where to begin. To paint for you a word picture of the strange scene before my eyes, like something out of a modern Arabian Nights. Well, I just got here. I haven't had a chance to look around yet. I guess that's it. Yes, I guess that's the thing directly in front of me. Half buried in a vast pit. Must have struck with terrific force. The ground is covered with splinters of a tree. It must have struck on its way down. What I can see of the object itself doesn't look very much like a meteor.
No, it's deliberately supposed to look like him. That is a valid point, though, Arlie. That is valid. I want to say it's been confirmed, Arlie, but I might be making things up.
You're the bee's knees. Just one more thing. I need you to shake those getaway sticks and amble down to a particular newsstand and move a particular magazine to another newsstand. Best not to ask. Let's just say the universe depends on you. I'll send you the particulars.
if I'm gonna park, I'm gonna park at the Animal Well this time. Yeah, and as far as things being confirmed, something else, and I know Arlie will back me up on this, something else neat about this game, the devs tend to be really involved with the community. So if I say something is confirmed, what I mean is I'm pretty sure I remember somebody on the dev team confirming it, whether it was Tilty, whether it was Scriv, whether it was, like I said, I'm getting a little loopy. We're 16 hours in. But they're awesome. They do AMAs with people. They come on the podcast I'm on as soon as I get my Thursday nights back. Beyond the Veil, they'll come on for interviews, and they're really awesome people, which is really nice. For Extra Life, actually, normally for Extra Life there is a Funcom team. Yes, yes, Arlie, absurdly involved. Normally Funcom does an Extra Life team, and they did still set up a team this year, but instead of kind of boosting that one and trying to get everybody to join their team, they put all of their effort into promoting the player-made teams. They've been advertising the player-made teams. They're giving out prizes for people who participate and for people who donate to the player teams. Like they're giving prizes for people who donate to the player teams. It's really pretty awesome because they could just try to get everybody on the Funcom team again, and nobody would even complain. I mean, it's awesome that they even have a team. Yes, Arlie, like little kids that are restraining themselves not to break their pinky promises to not say anything. Yes. Hence the tilties. Tilty is the tilties. I love you, Kirsten. Oh, Damon Kyoto's kind of hot if he weren't so dangerous, but if he wasn't dangerous, he wouldn't be kind of hot. Still, you don't have to step on every landmine just because it's dressed up handsomely. He's bad news. But he's bad news for the enemy, so we'll let him do his crazy man dance. If he survives his self-destructive nature for another week, maybe we'll try and headhunt him. Till then, I'll play smart and fantasize from a distance. Ciao ciao! I love it. I'm still only at 8 main missions. Granted, I am taking my time, but and that too, Arlie. They do want people to play their game and they do believe in it. But not to the point that they don't care who plays the game though, because the community, the generally very, very not toxic community, the generally, very supportive type of community, that's the kind of thing that's cultivated by the players, but it also has to be cultivated by, the devs and the GMs and the community managers. Kind of, everybody has to be on the same page to try to have a really healthy community like we do have. So, so there's that. Okay, I am going to run away super quick and grab some more water, and I will be right back. And I can totally just play the Secret World for 24 hours. This does not bother me at all. So maybe I'll swap out of Tokyo though. Maybe we'll play some missions in one of the other areas. I shall return.